everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I'm actually going to show you an interesting, cute a one row repeat stitch. It's called the Drunken Granny stitch. I find it odd, the name. I have no idea why. You can just call it anything you want. It's basically 3 double crochets into the same stitch, chain 2, and 1 more double crochet into the same stitch. So there's 3 double crochet, chain 2, 1 double crochet, and you repeat that over and over, back and forth, back and forth. So this is a back panel of my cardigan that I have started doing, and you see how it turns out. It looks like a fan stitch or a coral stitch, but it's not. So it's the same on both sides. Yeah, so what we'll do is, I'm not going to show you the exact, I'm not going to show you the chain and everything because I think it's pretty basic. You just do a chain of multiples of 5, and then at the end, whichever length that you require, you do an extra chain of 4. So that's 5 multiples of 5 plus 4, and then you do your 3 single crochet into the same stitch, and then chain 2 and another double crochet, not single crochet, double crochet. So I'm going to show you. The first row we will skip on your chain, right? On the first row that I did, we will skip 5 and start doing your granny stitches on the 6th chain. All right, but thereafter it's all the same throughout. You don't follow the first stitch, of course, or the first row. I'll show you. So let's say you've done you're already halfway through, and let me finish this one. Okay, so let's say this is the granny stitch. So I've done my 1 granny stitch here. What we'll do is that we will start to work on these little spaces here, not on this space. This is a full granny stitch. This one here, it's a full from here all the way here, the opposite side. So we've done 1 granny stitch here, and then you see this 3 from the previous row, right? We will do another granny stitch here on this chain space. The 2 chain space that we did, you will do 3 double crochets, 1, 2, and 3, right? And then you chain 2 and do another double crochet into the same chain space, right? Now that's your granny stitch right there. Okay, so for the entire row, or the entire row, you will do not on this chain space, not on this little space here, but on the chain space, the 2 chain space that we did, the 2 chains. You do all the way to the end, and when you reach the end, what we will do is we will do a double crochet on the 3rd chain from your previous row. All right, so I'll just do the entire row. I'm going to show you again. Double crochet on this granny stitch, go into that chain, do a double crochet. That's 1, 2, and 3. Oops, missed that one. Okay, let's see the 3rd one. That's the 3, right? And then you will chain 2, and on the same stitch or same chain space, do 1 more double crochet. That's a granny stitch, right? So we'll do that and we'll come back. I'll show you at the end. Okay, so I've actually done the entire row to the end. When you come to the end, you will see, it will look this way. There will be the 3, or rather the granny chain below on your previous row. Now what we'll do is that we will do a double crochet to end off the row, not on the first 3 here, but on the 3rd chain from the bottom, and we will do a double crochet here. Sometimes you can't get it in, and then we would, that's how we end off the row. All right, so it'll look something like this, and then we will chain 3. So for every row, chain 3, turn your work. When you get to the first chain space, which is this one right here, not this one, right? Because this is considered as a stitch. And so this is your granny stitch. This one here, this whole thing is your granny stitch, inverted from the previous row. So you will work on this chain throughout the entire row. Back and forth is going to be the same way. So that's three double crochets, chain 2, and one more, oops, missed that one more double crochet into that chain space. So you'll be working on every chain space, this one, all the way. All right, and then you will end off with making a double crochet at the end, and chain 3, and then you continue all the way. So that's your drunken granny stitch. So enjoy your stitch. I hope to show you a longer video on my cardigan. This is the back panel. I have 5 panels to do. So I just wanted to share this stitch because I think it's, of course, it's you know, you can see through the chain spaces and stitch, but it's meant to be a cardigan, you know, casual cardigan, and you wear something inside like a camisole, and you put this on. I think it's lovely. I did one dark blue, but not in this stitch, and I think this is nicer than just a double crochet. It just looks pretty. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope I didn't go too fast. Let me know in the comments if you want something, you know, if you want a detailed video on this particular stitch from the start to the end. But I think it's quite straightforward. But then again, for beginners, you may want a longer video. Let me know. Have a good evening, good afternoon, good morning. I'll see you again. Bye bye.